Okay, let's dive in. Today we are unpacking the real deep infrastructure behind professional AV setups.
hmm
We're looking at sources on HDTV supply and specifically the tvONE 1RK modular ecosystem.
Right.
And our mission here is to cut through all the tech specs and really figure out for you what this gear does and where you'd actually use it.
And it can seem intimidating, when you think about control rooms or universities.
Yeah.
But the idea behind this UNIRAC system is surprisingly simple.
Oh,
Forget thinking of it as just a metal shelf. It's more like a smart pegboard or a specialized toolbox.
a toolbox for electronics.
Exactly. Each piece of gear gets its own spot, and this is the critical part, its own dedicated centralized power. It's the ultimate fix for that installer's nightmare. The huge mess of tangled cords and all those little power bricks.
That analogy helps a lot. And it seems like HDTV Supply's role here is also different. They're not just a vendor, are they?
No, not at all.
The sources kept mentioning strategic partnerships with brands like tvONE, and that seems to lead directly to this promise of lifetime support. Phone, chat, text, email, all of it.
And that's key. Why would you need lifetime support for, a metal rack?
Yay.
Because you're not just selling hardware. You're selling stability and efficiency for these really complex mission-critical jobs.
And you see that in who they're targeting.
Oh, absolutely. Look at their discount program. If your email ends in .edu, .gov, .mil, .org,
Yeah.
they're going right for schools, government, military.
Kind of places that can't afford for things to fail.
Exactly. They even have a dedicated Wolfpack helpline for product suggestions, which points to a very tight-knit expert community.
Okay, so that level of support suggests the parts themselves must be designed for, well, ultimate manageability. Let's drill down to the smallest piece, the tvONE 1RK-5RU-MOD module kit. It's listed at about $125.
Yeah, and that little kit is the organizational heart of the whole system. It's got the module plate, a power circuit, a rear dock. But the real genius is the voltage selector on that plate.
Okay, so the voltage selector. Is that what really separates this from just a basic shelf? How does that save time or, I guess, prevent damage?
It's everything. I mean, think about a standard rack. You might have 10 different devices needing 3 different voltages, 5V, 12V, 24V.
A total mess of adapters.
A total mess. You'd have multiple power strips, tons of wall warts, just chaos. And so many points of failure. The voltage selector lets an installer set the exact voltage for that one module before it ever gets power.
So you eliminate all the individual power bricks.
You eliminate the bricks, you standardize the power delivery, and you seriously reduce the risk of accidentally frying a very expensive component.
And the rear dock, where does that fit in?
The rear dock is basically your integrated cable management. It handles that standardized power and your video I/O from the back. So if a module fails, you slide it out from the front. No tracing a mystery cable through a tangled mess in the back.
That makes a lot of sense. Shifting a bit, that level of professional commitment seems to be reflected in the purchasing terms, too.
It is.
The sources say this module kit is non-cancelable, non-returnable, and non-refundable. That feels pretty serious for a $125 part.
It does, but that detail tells you who the customer is. This isn't an impulse buy. These parts are designed into huge infrastructure projects, sometimes funded by the government. Once the plan is locked, the parts are locked. The whole system depends on it.
Right, so let's put that module in context with the full system. The entry-level chassis, the 1RK-5RU basic kit, that's around $700. But if you want the full power management system, the 1RK-5RU kit with the 250-watt power supply, that jumps up to $12,750.
And analyzing that price jump tells you the whole story.
How so?
The value isn't the metal box. The real cost and the real benefit is in the engineering and safety of that centralized 250-watt power supply. If you buy it alone, it's $630. They're charging a premium for getting rid of risk and making it easy to maintain for years.
So connecting all this back for you, the learner, the value here isn't really just in the parts. It's in the efficiency it creates.
That's it. That centralization of power, all thanks to that simple voltage selector and the rear docks, is what simplifies these incredibly complex AV installations. It saves a huge amount of time and money over the long run.
It's a great example of solving complexity not by adding more, but by taking away all the messy individual pieces.
Exactly. Centralizing control.
So building on that idea of perfect organization and dedicated power, here's something to think about. How could you apply this concept of modular, centralized power, getting rid of clutter and complexity, to other areas of your work or even your life where tangled systems are a constant struggle? Something to mull over until our next deep dive.